Magandang araw po sa inyo. Welcome po sa isa na namang episode ng online series ni Inang Pamantasan kung saan ang pagkatuto ay walang hangganan. Ito ang PNU Talks. Ako nga pala si Rafael Panganiban or Rafi at ako ang inyong learning from home buddy sa episode na ito. Ngayong araw ay pag-uusapan natin ang ating mga leaders, ang ating mga school leaders as tech movers. Huwag kalimutang i-like at i-share ang ating episode ngayong araw. Okay. For today, this Saturday morning, we are going to talk about leaders as tech movers, a virtual crash training. Marahil napapaisip kayo kung bakit ito yung topic na gusto kong i-share ngayon. So for the past few episodes of PNU Talks, we've been focusing a lot on teaching, okay? Pero we know naman that behind effective and efficient teachers, behind great teachers are great leaders, no? Are effective and efficient leaders. And also, itong topic is the final offering of the CFLex faculty and alumni series for this PNU Talks. So again, this will serve as a virtual crash training. So let us start with this quote. To be a principal in the 21st century school demands leadership of technology. To be a leader of technology requires a willingness to learn, flexibility, and the capacity to accept change as a constant factor. Adaptability and acceptance of ambiguity are essential. Because technology changes continuously, there is no menu of technology must-dos and must-haves. Instead, leaders of technology must be lifelong learners and explorers of the new, the exciting, and the useful in technology. Okay? So ang ating mundo ay patuloy na nagbabago tulad ng nangyayari sa ating ngayong health crisis, ang ating pandemic. So kaakibat na mga pagbabago sa mundo ay mga pagbabago din kung paano tatakbo muli ang ating mga paaralan at kung paano kikilos ang mga leaders ng ating mga educational institutions. Isa pa, bakit leadership technology? So, bilang isang school leader o bilang school head, marami namang forma ng leadership. So, meron tayong instructional leadership, curriculum leadership, pero in the 21st century, siguro, o hindi lang siguro, kundi sigurado na nakikita nating essential at relevant ang technology leadership, no? Kung paano namumuno ang ating mga heads, ang mga principals sa larangan ng teknolohiya sa isang paaralan. Yeah. So bago tayo magpatuloy, ito yung mga questions to think about ng ating mga viewers. First, how do you convince stakeholders that technology expenditures are a good investment with big returns on that investment? So alam naman natin na kung technology ang pinag-uusapan, meron siyang kaakibat na budget. Pangalawa, what information regarding curriculum, instruction, school management, and learning technologies will lead to increased buy-in? Third, what steps should you take in your school to address new information literacy skills necessary for today's workforce? Fourth, how will innovations in educational technology impact pedagogy, curriculum, and assessment? And how will these innovations impact the basic organization of schools, such as building use, scheduling, and the division of the school day? So this is very timely since, for example, Deped is preparing for the new normal, no? So paano ngayon ang magiging pagtuturo, paano ang delivery ng lesson, kaakibat ang technology. At hindi lang Deped schools, kundi lahat ng educational institutions kahit pa sa tertiary level. So who need this virtual crash training? Of course, our school leaders. Sino ba yung mga current school leaders ngayon? So we have our school heads, like for example, in the basic education, we have our school heads, we have our school principals. Okay, so they are considered as school leaders, no? And then, kailangan din siya ng mga classroom teachers, so our classroom leaders, okay, in their own right, and also who will become future school leaders. And third, educators who positively view that current limitations and challenges are technological opportunities for improvement. So ang tanong ngayon, why is there a need to assist school leaders in the aspect of technology leadership? First reason, technology leadership is essential to Education 4.0. Okay? Ayan. So this is a framework na makikita nyo sa isang article which is titled Leapfrogging to Education 4.0. So in Education 4.0, the core is dynamic technology, no? So ibig sabihin, ganong kalaki at kaimportante ang role ng technology para ma-deliver natin ang Education 4.0. By using technology, we can deliver instruction, okay, and all the factors surrounding instruction, like using technology or relating technology also with curriculum and assessment. So all in all, there is technology in all phases. Okay? Ayan. And then reason number 2, technology is essential in actualizing flexible virtual learning, which is one of the modalities responsive to continuing education amid the COVID-19 crisis. So alam naman natin ngayon na napakaraming modalities na pwede ngayon nating gawin para magpatuloy ang edukasyon. So isa lang yung virtual learning sa mga modalities na available para magpatuloy ang ating edukasyon sa ngayon, sa gitna ng pandemya. So, kung i-consider natin yung mga problema halimbawa sa internet connection, okay, o kaya kakulangan sa gadgets, dahil sa kakulangan ng budget ng pamilya, okay, so pwede naman itong yung mga physical na modules. Pero, meron din naman tayong mga estudyante na merong internet, meron din tayong mga teachers na merong mga internet connection, merong mga gadgets, laptops, okay, cellphones, at sila ay pwedeng-pwede na mag-deliver ng flexible virtual learning. Ayan, so dito makikita natin yung pedagogy wheel. Okay, so this will serve as a very good guide for educators, no, in delivering instruction, in crafting objectives, okay, in delivering the content, or even up to assessing what the students learn, no, using technology, okay, or utilizing technology. So kung makikita ninyo dito sa wheel, nandito ang Bloom's cognitive domain categories from remembering, okay, up to creating. And then, as you go outside the circle, makikita natin yung mga action verbs, okay, that a teacher may choose from, okay, in crafting the objectives. And then, meron na din diyang mga activities na pwedeng ipagawa ng mga teachers, okay, para ma-attain ang objective. At ang isang magandang part dito ay yung mga technological applications that the teacher can apply, okay, para ma-attain yung objective. So siguro makakakita kayo ng mga familiar icons dyan, like Facebook, you will see Messenger, okay, and a lot more, no? Ayan, reason number 3 in assisting school leaders in the aspect of technological leadership is that technology is essential to connect with Gen Z learners. Kasi ang mga Gen Z learners, ipinanganak sila na kasama ang technology sa buhay nila. So, sino ba ang mga Gen Z learners natin? Okay, so ang mga Gen Z learners, first, students born into a world with smartphones, tablets, and computers. Hindi yata sila nabubuhay nang wala ito sa tabi nila. Okay? They are social entrepreneurs, no, and like their learning to have meaning and purpose. They don't stand for the status quo. Born into an information revolution, they like to make and create. They want to connect, collaborate, and share. No, their social circle is global. For Gen Z, it's easier to gain an audience, a stage, and the attention of the right people. They talk in images and emojis, and they prefer YouTube to TV. No, so siguro yung iba sa atin mahilig manood ng TV, pero sila hindi na. Instead, manonood na lang sila sa YouTube. Mas nag-enjoy sila doon at mas natututo. and they like information in bite-sized chunks and prefer hands-on learning. So sila ang ating mga Gen Z learners. Kailangan natin silang unawain kasi sila ang ating mga clients today. So for this session, ang ating underpinning ay ang ISTE. So the ISTE shall serve as the foundation for this training on crafting a realistic and comprehensive technological map for your schools. That will be our goal, no? For leaders to be basically trained on how to craft a comprehensive technological map. So una, ano nga ba ang ISTE? ISTE stands for the International Society for Technology in Education. So, this is a community of global educators who believe in the power of technology to transform teaching and learning, accelerate innovation, and solve tough problems in education. So, ISTE inspires the creation of solutions and connections that improve opportunities for all learners by delivering practical guidance, evidence-based professional learning, virtual networks, and the ISTE standards. Okay, so if you are interested to know more about the ISTE, then you can check their official website, and that is iste.org. No? And you will be able to comprehensively understand kung ano ang kanilang trabaho. So this is the vision and the mission of ISTE. The vision is that all educators are empowered to harness technology to accelerate innovation in teaching and learning and inspire learners to reach their greatest potential. The mission, on the other hand, of the ISTE is to inspire educators worldwide to use technology to innovate teaching and learning, accelerate good practice, and solve tough problems in education by providing community knowledge and the ISTE standards, a framework for rethinking education and empowering learners. Ayan. Ang ISTE po ay nagsiset ng standards sa tatlong clusters. So ISTE sets standards, technology standards for students. Okay? ISTE also sets standards for teachers or educators. And ISTE sets technological standards for education leaders. Ang focus ng ating session ngayon, as the title implies, ay standards, technology standards for education leaders. No? So simula pa ng pagkatatag ng ISTE ay marami ng standards na naset ang organization for education leaders at regularly ito ay nire-refine. And for this session, we are going to look into the 2018 educational technology standards for our education leaders. So ano-ano ito? So we have 5. Visionary planner, empowering leader, systems designer, connected learner, equity, and citizenship advocate. Since this is a training, a crash training, ang purpose ng session ay paano pwedeng ma-attain ng mga education leaders ang mga standards na ito sa isang madali at simpleng pamamaraan. We do not need to complicate things, especially in this time of pandemic. No, we need just to simplify things, but we need to reach, somehow reach the standard. Okay, so let's start with education leaders as visionary planners in terms of technology. Okay. Ayan. So as visionary planner, the goal is for the school heads to inspire a shared vision for comprehensive integration of technology and foster an environment and culture conducive to the realization of that vision. Ano ang targets? So as school leaders, you are expected to realize the following. Identify policy gaps in technology integration in Philippine schools. Number 2, formulate a vision statement for technology integration in school systems. And number 3 is to develop a research-based technology integration plan. So mag-reflect muna ang ating mga educational leaders, no? At ang mga teachers na nanonood sa atin ngayon who will become future school leaders. So as a school head, can you think of a technology policy that you tried to implement? No? So ito ba ay naging successful? What do you think are the factors that did or did not make it work? No? So this is an example of a table that you can fill in to show your reflection on your attempt to integrate technology in your school. So you can write there the project name, and then in the second column, you can write the factors that made it work, the project, and in the third column, ano-ano naman yung mga factors that did not make the project work. Okay? Ayan. So, this is a diagram for a strategic planning overview. So, you can see there in the left side, where are we now? Okay, so where is your school now? Okay, so what is the status of technology integration and technology planning in your school now? No, so you can do you can do this using audit, analysis, and research. And then where do you want to be? Where do you want your school to be in terms of technology? So dito na papasok yung vision and strategic targets. So ang goal ngayon is to bridge over the gap, no? So the plan is made up of project in stages over 3 to 5 years. So here are the steps for a realistic technology integration plan. So you are going to formulate a planning team, collect and analyze data, formulate the visions, goals, and objectives, explore available technology, determining training and staffing needs, determining a budget and funding sources, developing an action plan, implement the plan, and then evaluate. So in formulating the planning team, the team should be well represented to acknowledge the varied concerns of the administration. Siyempre, yung students, clients natin sila. Of course, the parents, mga stakeholders natin sila, the teachers, and also aside from the parents, we have the other stakeholders such as the local government units and non-government organizations and a lot more. Okay? In Deped, alam naman natin that there is a strong tie-up between Deped schools and the local government units. No? Kaya mahalaga that they will also be considered for or to be part of the planning team. And then you collect and analyze data. No? So through an ICT audit, a school's profile can be documented. So paano mo gagawin? Pwede ka magpa-survey, magpa-workshop, and facilitated meetings. So ang focus ay yung present situation and ano yung pangangailangan ng school, ano yung pangangailangan ng estudyante, ano ang pangangailangan ng staff, at ano ang pangangailangan ng teachers. And then eventually, you can also do the SWOT analysis. You can look into the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Then next, you proceed with formulating the vision, goals, and objectives. Okay, so a vision is a statement of what the school wants to become. No? For example, the school envisions itself as a leading public high school in integrating technology in administration and management, engagement to the community, and teaching and learning process to produce learners who are responsive to societal needs and empowered with information and technological literacy. So that is an example of a vision. So ngayon, you proceed with the goal, which is a general statement of the guiding principles and aspirations of the school. Then after the goal, you have the objectives, which are the measurable statements. So example, the goal is to improve access to library and information services inside the school. So ano ngayon ang mga objectives to reach that goal? So it could be ensure Wi-Fi coverage of all computers in the library, secure license to operate OPAC for the library, which is accessible even off school, and subscribe to online journals and learning resources online to support student research. Next step is to explore available technology. No? Hindi naman kailangan lahat ay bago. Ayan. Schools can acquire computer sets by conducting their own audit of equipment, donations from LGUs na nangyayari naman. There are educational programs that do not need advanced computer processors. However, it shall be noted that programs in the school shall be compatible with what the stakeholders use at home. Marirelate natin dito yung recent na ginawa ng Deped, no, na sa pagpaplano nila for continuing education in the pandemic, nagkaroon sila ng survey. Ano ba yung meron na technology ang mga estudyante at mga teachers na rin sa kanilang mga lugar at sa kanilang mga tahanan. And then, determine the training and staffing needs. Ano ba yung mga pangangailangan nila na crucial for the integration of technology? For example, sa school staff, baka kailangan nilang matuto muli how to handle technology efficiently or how to use technology for their everyday tasks. For the teachers, ano mga pangangailangan? It could be how to integrate technology in the teaching process, how to manage technology-based learning environments with limited resources, and many more. And then, syempre, determining a budget and funding source. No? So the planning team should prepare the LIB or the line item budget for the technology integration project. Saan ngayon kukuha ng pondo? So pwede kang kumuha ng pondo from the school budget itself, pwede kang humingi ng suporta sa local government units, sa NGOs, private donations, or pwede ka ring mag-isip ng mga income-generating projects. Then you proceed with developing and implementing the action plan. So the action plans will already include the vision, your strategic targets, and the performance indicators, the procedures of the plan, and the evaluation method. And then, syempre, you evaluate. No? So the implementation of the plan shall be evaluated against the performance indicators. Okay? So this is an example of a strategic plan. So, pwede nyong i-screenshot yung slide. And then later, you can check in your, you can check this link, which will serve as a sample strategic plan. Pero, nag-screenshot na rin ako. Okay, so this is a sample strategic plan from 2019 to 2021 of St. Joseph's College, Gilong. No, I hope I pronounce it correctly. So meron silang vision statement for ICT na nilagay dyan. Okay? And then they have their intended outcomes and goals. They also included the key implementation strategies. Then sino-sino yung mga responsible. And then also the time frame. Okay? Ayan, collaboration outside the school. Ayan. So, pwede nyong i-check ito sa yung link, okay, para makita nyo yung kabuuan. So, what you are going to do now as an educational leader or as a school leader is your output for this standard is a strategic plan for your own school. Okay? So, yun ang inyong output for this particular standard. Anyway, in the local scene naman, if you will look at Deped Order number 44, series of 2015, Deped already provided a gap analysis template for the schools to work on. If you will remember at the beginning of the discussion, in this standard visionary planner, meron tayong gap analysis na pinag-usapan. At sa local scenario, ito yung template na binibigay ng Deped. Okay, so anyway, you can check this. This is available naman. You just type Deped Order number 44 series of 2015. Okay, so pinapakita ko lang itsura and then also the school improvement planning. Yeah, how to identify the priority improvement areas. Then also in Deped schools, they have what they call the AIP or the Annual Implementation Plan. Ayan. So these are all parts or components of strategic planning. Okay. So the second standard, the second IST standard for school or for educational leaders is empowering leaders. So here the goal is school heads should ensure that curricular design, instructional strategies, and learning environments integrate appropriate technologies to maximize learning and teaching. Ang targets determine the 5 levels of technology integration. Use a technology integration matrix or the TIM in designing lessons, and integrate technology in a standards-based lessons. So dito po, ang magiging focus natin is bilang isang school leader, how are you going to empower your teachers, no, in their instruction, in the delivery of the lesson, na nag-i-integrate ng technology. So dito, pwede kang magsimula with a map of conceptual change. So, ito yung map of conceptual change. What you will do is to fill in the first column in a table with your initial answers to the question, how do you perceive technology integration in the classroom, in your schools? And then as we go through, you may fill in the middle and the last to track your conceptual changes. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is the map of conceptual change. So the processing questions would be, what personal experiences as a teacher influence your perceptions of technology integration? And what about as a school head? Okay, so syempre, bago ka naman naging school head, naging teacher ka muna. Then how do you think your perceptions affect the integration of technology in your school? And then in your class observations, to what extent do the teachers in your school use technology in the class? Paano nila ito ginagamit? And what were the effects to the students? Okay? So dito, magiging focus natin is the TIM. So if you want an additional comprehensive discussion on TIM, then you can check this video. So this YouTube link is provided. So pwede nyo i-screenshot. Okay. So this is what the TIM looks like. Okay. So this is composed of a matrix of 25 cells. Okay. But what is this? The TIM provides a framework for describing and targeting the use of technology to enhance learning. This is created by the Florida Center for Instructional Technology in 2019. So the TIM integrates the 5 attributes of meaningful learning environments. Ano yung 5 yon? Active learning, collaborative learning, constructive learning, authentic learning, and goal-directed learning. And the 5 levels of technology integration. Ano-ano yung 5 levels na yon? Entry, adoption, adaptation, infusion, and transformation. So it provides premium priority and pedagogy more than the use of technology. Okay, so this is for the entry level. Ayan, for active learning, information is passively received by the students. Their access to technology is highly regulated and directed by the teacher. Pero, okay, so hindi ko na iisa-isahin yan. So, tingnan lang natin yung active learning and then yung goal-oriented learning. In the entry level, goal-oriented learning, the teacher sets goals for students and monitor their step-by-step completion of tasks. So, students may receive guidance and feedback through technology. Okay? For the adoption level, let us take a look at active learning. The students are asked to use the technology in conventional ways. However, the teacher controls the type of technology and how it is used. Then, let us jump to goal-oriented learning. Students are given access to teacher-selected technology tool and direct them to its step-by-step use to set goals, plan, monitor, evaluate, or reflect upon learning activities. Let us proceed with the adaptation level. For the active learning, the teacher allows for some student choice and exploration of tools as they build procedural and conceptual knowledge on the conventional use of these tools. The teacher no longer acts as a guide, but a facilitator of learning. Then, jumping into goal-oriented learning, student selects technology to set goals, plan, monitor, evaluate, or reflect upon learning activities. So teacher clearly integrates technology in the lesson. Okay, so how about for the infusion level? So in fusion level active learning, teacher becomes open and flexible about students' ideas in the use of technology. Students understand how tools work and are able to purposively and regularly use them. Then jumping into goal-oriented learning, students are encouraged to regularly select technology to set goals, plan, monitor, evaluate, or reflect upon learning activities, and teacher clearly integrates technology in the lesson. Okay. Then in the transformation level, active learning, students independently choose technology in engaging with activities that involve higher order thinking skills that may not be possible without its use. Then we jump into goal-oriented learning. Students engage in ongoing metacognitive skills and work on self-directed goals. The learning environment allows for a higher order planning, monitoring, evaluating, and reflecting on learning experiences. So given those, what are you going to do now as an educational leader? So what you may do is to collaborate with your teachers in revising the developmental activity in an existing lesson plan. Okay? So considering the standards in the curriculum guide prescribed by the Deped, include learning and activities that allow for technology integration in the class considering the TIM. Now, if you need to know more about the TIM, then you can visit the site and you will see there the technology integration matrix which you can use for classroom observation. Alam naman natin that classroom observation is one function of a school leader. Then you can also see there the TIM for checking LPs or lesson plan, and the TIM for reflection, okay, for reflection of teachers on how they delivered a particular topic integrating technology. Okay, since as leaders, you are empowering your teachers in technology integration, meron akong nakitang maganda in the local scene. The Division Office of Quezon City provides EdTech tools which can be considered and utilized by teachers. No? So ito yung screenshot ng kanilang official website of the Division Office of Quezon City. So you will see there EdTech tools, okay, like the available resources or links for Open Digital Education Software Kit. Okay. Ayan. And Open Web Interactive Services. So teachers can view this link. Okay. Ayan. The third standard for, or technology standard for education leader is systems designer. So here, the goal is school heads should ensure the integration of technology to support productive systems for learning and administration. So anong mga targets natin dito sa third technology standard? Identify threats to integrating technology to improve the learning experiences of students, determine financial needs to realize technology integration targets, allocate funds from school and other resources to advance implementation of the technology integration plan, and develop a sustainability action plan consistent to the school's technology integration plan na ginawa sa first standard. So, simulan natin by reflection. No? So reflect on your current practices on how your school integrates the use of technology as reflected in your technology integration plan. Okay, so you can check these statements and reflect on these statements, and you may agree or disagree with these statements. No? Okay. So the process of planning for sustainability. So it would be best if there is a body in your school that will review your technology integration plan. Let us remember that sustained change can be likened to a lever. No? Create longer levers and achieve lasting effects. Step 1 is identify what needs to be sustained. No? So identify which outcomes in your technology integration plan are crucial for the fulfillment of your vision. So Alamin din yung internal and external partners with which you need to sustain. Then second step is identifying what resources are required. Anong mga pangangailangan? So an essential part of technology integration plan is capacity building of stakeholders and key implementers. Then step 3 is creating case statements. So case statements build a foundation for sustainability. So they provide a rationale for all the undertakings of the school and communicate your project's vision, goals, and purpose. So this is the format of the case statement. You have the beginning of your case statement, which will introduce your school's vision. Then the middle part will elaborate further on the case of the school. So it shall impress upon a feeling of urgency and efforts to be undertaken by the administration to deal with the existing situation. Then the end shall be a call to action. Step 4 is determining funding strategies, which is very important. So most schools would easily find an excuse not to integrate technology because of lack of funding. Pero maraming paraan. Okay, so we have share, charge, ask, and earn. So ano-ano yon? So what resources can your school share with others? So we refer to staff, equipment, infrastructure. Then, what resources can we charge against the school collections and earnings? Then, what sources can you go to for donations and grants? No, ito yung ask. Okay? And then, what services or products can your school offer that you can collect payments for? Pwede ka ba mag-initiate ng fundraising concert, for example, fund run or seminar para kumita ka? So, this is earn. Okay? So, wala nang dahilan para mawala ng pondo kasi marami namang paraan. Then step 5 is to identify potential partners, no? So, sino-sino kaya yung mga partners na pwedeng makatulong sa atin, mga stakeholders or initial funders na pwedeng maging involved sa ating efforts in crafting the sustainability plan. And then step 6 is to plan your action. So, you now formalize your findings in the earlier steps. Okay, so write statements that describe the actions that you must do in order to reach the sustainability action objectives. So what you are going to do now is to create a sustainability action plan for your school. Now for this, itong mga links na to will serve as your reference. But I still would like to show this, okay? So these are the examples. Allow me to share. Okay, so this is one example of the Sustainability Action Plan. Okay, so ito po yung nasa link, pinapakita ko lang. Okay, and this is another example of a Sustainability Action Plan. So again, ito din po yung nasa link. Kapag inopen nyo yun, then you will see this. Okay, so let me go back to the presentation. Okay. Okay. So in the local scene, in the Philippines, this is a sustainability plan template for Deped schools. Okay. So this is an example which I got from the division of Mandaue City, no, in Central Visayas. Ayan, Sustainability Action Plan. So here, you will plan for your objectives, sustainability measures, strategic directions and actions to take, the persons involved, the resources, okay, and remarks. Okay. So what you can do further as a school head, together with your team, is to visit an Apple Distinguished or Microsoft Showcase school. No? Example, we have De La Salle Sobel, Xavier School, and observe their implementation of technology integration. So keep in mind that while it is important to see how technology is integrated, your focus is to analyze their sustainability plans. In consideration of your school's technology integration plan, you have to develop your own sustainability plan to address the needs of your school. Okay, so moving on to the fourth technology standard for educational leaders is connected learner. Here, the goal is for leaders to use technology to enhance their professional practice and to increase their own productivity and that of others. The targets set goals to remain current on emerging technologies for learning, innovations in pedagogy and advancements in the learning sciences, participate regularly in online professional learning networks to collaboratively learn with and mentor other professionals, and third is to use technology to regularly engage in reflective practices that support personal and professional growth. Ito yung standard na para sa ikauunlad ng mismong kaalaman, no, ng mismong school leader. So this is already personal and professional development in terms of technology. So here, you may start with filling in the goal reasons web and goal setting worksheet. So if you will click the links provided, then you will see the goal reasons web and goal setting worksheet. No? So ito yung self-reflection part, no? Bilang isang school leader. So this is what the worksheets look like. Okay. So stop share. I will go back to the presentation. Okay, for a while. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is the goal reasons web. Okay, so you will write the reasons in the circles below, add facts or examples in the circles connected to the reasons, and then this is the goal setting worksheet. Okay, so my goal is, then your completion date, what is the first step, second major step, third major step, so on and so forth. So what you can do as a school leader. So make your own professional development a priority. So consider the following professional development activities as a means of enhancing your technology skills and leadership. First, attend technology conferences and become familiar with new technology uses and resources. No? Sabi nga sa quotation kanina, ang pagbabago ay palaging kasama. No? So kahit technology ay mabilis magbago, kaya kailangan nakaka-adapt tayo palagi. You may also present a session on administrative uses of technology or on strategies for encouraging technology integration into teaching and learning. Present sessions at division, regional, and national conferences for teachers and administrators. No? So through this, you will advance your knowledge of your subject and increase your network of colleagues. Then, model and practice the use of technology in your presentation. So, walk the talk. No? I-practice kung ano yung natutunan. Then, attend training sessions on the use and applications of new technology. So, kahit head ka na, kahit principal ka na, then mahalaga na we continuously train ourselves, no, on the applications of new technologies. So this is an example of a principal's exploration agenda. We call it the 15-minute a day approach. So what you will do is to explore the vast resources related to technology. So short time frame, 15 minutes daily. Okay, so this will provide a valuable professional development experience. No? For 15 minutes, for example, you may explore blogs, different resource sites, explainer videos, and a lot more. No? Technological tools, technological apps. So pagdating sa office, pagdating sa school, after some of the usual routine, then allot 15 minutes to explore technology. Okay. So what can you do, no, to help yourself advance in terms of technology. So we know naman, for example, in the Deped, we have the IPCRF, or the Individual Performance Commitment and Review form, and also the OPCRF, or the Office Performance Commitment and Review form. Okay, so by filling this up, okay, or in filling this up, you have to consider ano yung mga dapat ma-improve sa sarili mo bilang school head, no? In terms of technology, you can include that. So this is an example of an IPCRF of a school principal, for a school principal. Okay? Okay, then the next standard is equity and citizenship advocate. So here, the goal is for educational leaders to understand the social, legal, and ethical issues related to technology and model responsible decision-making related to these issues. So ano ngayon ang targets? Identify key ethical, social, and legal issues in the use of technology in schools. This is very relevant and timely nowadays. Determine ways to properly and safely use technology in school, and produce an acceptable use policy for the use of technology in school. So, you may start with this. Is there a need to have a standard way of using technology in the school? Okay, so ano yung initial response mo at bakit? Then after our discussion, in the next slides, what is your response? And then what made you change or maintain your position? So here are the questions to ponder. Have your teachers tried to use social networking sites for classroom activities? What was the outcome? Should the use of social networking sites for school purposes be prohibited? In what ways can social networking sites be harmful to the students? How about the learning and teaching process? And should the use of social networking sites be banned? How can we teach our students its ethical and safe use? Okay, so ito yung mga issues natin. Okay? So illegal downloads, illegal activities, students opening up porn sites, for example, okay, which of course we do not allow, okay, and many more. Yeah, so the use of technology in educational setting has been the trend over the last decade. Pero may kaakibat siyang issue. So ano-ano yung mga issues na yon? So we have the digital divide. So this refers to economic inequality with access to existing technologies, no? So schools, teachers, and students may be part of a divide between those who are technologically haves and have-nots. Okay? So ito din yung ina-address natin ngayon. Deped is also addressing this digital divide, at least before the start of classes this August. Okay? Then we also have copyright issues. So in the Philippines, we have Republic Act 8293, or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, which assures full moral and economic privileges to the creative and intellectual properties of authors and artists. So copyright, as we all know, assures ownership of the content, thereby giving owners the exclusive privilege to use or distribute their works. Okay, another issue is on plagiarism. The internet makes information easily accessible by students, so they get caught in the trap of lazily submitting outputs that are not theirs, no? So this is very, I would like to say, common in the classrooms, in the submission of outputs, no, yung plagiarism. So it pertains to the unintentional or reckless rendering of existing ideas as one's own. We also have privacy issues. So in the Philippines, we have Republic Act 10173, or the Data Privacy Act of 2012, which safeguards the fundamental human right to privacy while maintaining free flow of information within the digital landscape or not. Okay? Then we also have issues on etiquette and cyberbullying. No? So one of the primary uses of technology in schools is for communication. Yeah, for example, is the chat. However, when mishandled, may be used to abuse the individual. So hindi lang naman sa school, kahit sa mga social networking sites, meron tayong mga issues on cyber bullying. No? Kahit nga sa simpleng messenger ay meron. So offensive messages may be sent and private messages leaked. So anyway, we have Republic Act 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013, and we also have the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Then we also consider integrity of information. The use of technology has afforded easy transfer of information within the school community. So teachers must emphasize that not all information presented in the internet are trustworthy. So hindi lahat ng nanggaling sa internet ay reliable. No? So critical thinking and analytic skills shall be taught to our students. So given the issues, given those issues in integrating technology, a school leader, together with a team, can create or frame an acceptable use policy or what we call AUP, which will serve as guidelines, okay, for the proper use of technology. So what you will do now as a school leader is to create an AUP for your school. Okay, so it will cover a wide range of issues surrounding the rights, responsibilities, privileges, and sanctions of the stakeholders of the school in connection to technology use. So ito yung mga parts ng AUP. You have the introduction, philosophies, vision statement, goals, advantages and disadvantages of technology, and a reminder that the use of technology is a privilege and it should be regulated. You also include definition of terms. You also include statement of policies. Okay, so here are samples of acceptable use policies. If you will click on the link, if you will visit the link, then you will see samples of acceptable use policies. So this will serve as your reference in crafting your own for your school. Okay, so this is a sample acceptable use policy for Burlington High School. Okay, so meron diyang mission statement and expectations for student learning. In the local scene, the University of the Philippines have their own acceptable use policy. No? So if you will click on the link, you will see this one. Okay, so you will see this one. This is a printable version of the approved acceptable use policy for IT resources of the UP system. Okay. So anyway, again, this is available in the internet. So if you're interested to read and to explore their AUP, then you can just check on this. Okay. So let me go back to my slide. Okay, so those will complete the technology standards for education leaders based on ISTE crafted in 2018. Now, as you actualize the 5 standards, eventually, as a school leader, you will become this. Okay? So you will become future-ready technology leaders. So whatever we prepare for technology integration, whatever we craft as technology plan, okay, remember that our schools should always be learner-centered, okay? And as future-ready technology leaders, then we have to consider the following. So we have to consider budget and resources, creating sustainable digital learning, considering robust infrastructure or build innovation, personal or personalized professional learning, develop opportunities for professional growth, consider curriculum instruction and assessment always, supporting a rich digital learning environment, collaborative leadership that is envisioning the future, use of space and time, okay, so that is foster anywhere, anytime learning, data and privacy, ensuring data safety, security and privacy, and community partnerships, or expanding learning beyond the school day, or considering the significant role of the stakeholders. So how are we going to connect the technology standards, the international technology standards, with the future-ready technology leaders? Okay? So as visionary planner, which is an ISTE standard, then this is related to the collaborative leadership component of a future-ready technology leader. So this will include envisioning the future, okay? Then, empowering leader, the second educational technology standard provided by the ISTE, is connected to supporting a rich digital learning environment, okay, for future-ready technology leader. As a systems designer, which is the third ISTE standard, this supports building for innovation as a future-ready technology leader. Also, creating a sustainable digital learning environment. Okay, for connected learner, which is another ISTE standard, then this is connected to developing opportunities for personal growth as a future-ready technology leader. And the ISTE standard for equity and citizenship advocate, then this is related to ensuring data safety, security, and privacy as a future-ready technology leader, including expanding learning beyond the school day. So if you want to know more about this, then you can check in the website Future Ready Technology Leaders. So to conclude my session, you can check on this file. This is a very comprehensive technology plan. Allow me to show this to you. Okay. I saw this very comprehensive technology plan of Seattle Public Schools from 2019 to 2023. Okay. So I'll just browse this for you to see the contents. Of course, the executive summary, the mission and vision, the strategic plan, which we talked about earlier, policies and procedures. Okay, so this is the present data. Okay, so the discussion on stakeholders, engagement, and equity analysis. Okay, and a lot more. Okay. So there, I hope you learned a lot from this session, especially the school leaders who are watching. Marami tayong pinaplano in terms of curriculum, in terms of instruction. Sa ngayon, marami na ring mga in-service trainings na nangyayari in the public schools, virtual in-service trainings. So siguro kung hindi man ngayon, agad-agad, then school leaders might consider in the nearest future or in the soonest time possible to also craft a very realistic and doable technology plan for your school. So, allow me to end my session with this. In technology, it's about the people, getting the best people, retaining them, nurturing a creative environment, and helping to find a way to innovate. So this is according to Marisa Mayer of Yahoo. Okay? So I hope you learned a lot about technology and how school leaders can become technology movers even in this time of crisis and pandemic that challenges us today. Okay, so thank you very much. Again, I am Rafi Panganiban, and this is your last session for the CFLex Faculty and Alumni Series of PNU Talks. So, goodbye and thank you, and God bless everyone.